Alrighty, so I know this isn't Grand Cross related, but kind of, sort of, in a way, not really. But I was scrolling through the old Twitter, and I seen a post from Speedy, who is another Grand Cross content creator, if you don't know, and he basically posted about a Grand Cross style One Piece game, which is honestly all I've ever wanted. I've tried Treasure Cruise. I tried it back several months ago, and it was alright. It's really outdated. It's pretty old at this point too. It's like the Dokkan battle of like One Piece games, I think. Like, it's been going for a really long time, but it's kind of just old. And he posted this with 2 screenshots, and here is a picture of the battle system, which is very like card like. You choose, I guess, 4 cards. You have all 4 characters in play, which is a little bit different than Grand Cross, but the UI and stuff is very similar, especially when you go over to this screenshot of you in what I can only assume is the Sunny or the Going Merry, whichever ship that they're on in this. It looks like from the mini-map up there, it might be the Going Merry. But I always said when I played Treasure Cruise that I was like, damn, I really, really, really like the way that Grand Cross plays, and it's all, like, I think out of all of the, you know, the gacha games that I've played, Grand Cross definitely has the best foundation as far as I'm concerned. Like, it literally just has the best gameplay as far as like, you know, my personal opinion and my, you know, my preferences go. And I really like One Piece. Not really, but I do like One Piece quite a bit. And the fact that One Piece is a bigger IP than Seven Deadly Sins, and, you know, it just, I don't know, there's a lot to it as well. If you don't know, One Piece is very long. It's still not over yet either, and it started in like the 80s. So I would love this. I've been wanting something like this for a really long time, and the fact that it kind of has already been announced, I think it got announced maybe sometime earlier this month, and I just kind of missed it or just didn't happen upon it. So shout out to Speedy for posting this, but I went over to the Tap page, which is like, I'm not exactly sure what this is. It's like a way to download different sorts of mobile games, but it's for Chinese or maybe just Asian apps in general, I think, because this game, unfortunately, it comes out next year, and it's only coming out, I think, in China to begin with, which is a little weird that it's not going to be, you know, a Japan release or a Korean release. And I looked into it a little bit, and it says that the provider is Day and Night Light Years, which I don't know why it says that, but it's apparently from Newverse. But after looking up a couple of like different articles and stuff like that about it, it's apparently made by Netmarble, which is hilarious to me. So the fact that it looks so similar to Grand Cross and everything is not a coincidence. They do have a trailer and a couple of screenshots. Unfortunately, the screenshots really aren't much of anything. It's literally just this same layout with just a couple of different pictures, which really isn't anything too crazy, and obviously I can't read whatever this is, so oh well on that. But we can watch the trailer together really quickly. Let me just full screen this, and we'll go full screen mode on OBS, and hopefully it's not too loud, but I'll let you watch the trailer for it because it looks pretty good. So this is like the I don't think any of this is like gameplay. I think this is supposed to be mimicking kind of like what it would look like if you're walking around or whatever, kind of like you can do in Grand Cross in like some of the town areas or whatever. But this is in the Sabaody archipelago, which is right before the time skip for for One Piece. Actually, this is post time skip because of the characters that you know, the main crew is already post time skip esque, but there are some, you know, different parts in the trailer where it shows like pre-time skip Luffy and pre-time skip just characters in general. Like that's Alvito from pre-time skip, like at the very beginning. This is Arlong Park, which is like the second or third arc in the whole show. This is Buggy which is there he is. It's buggy. But these, I can only assume some of these are either story cutscenes, or some of these right here start to look more like Ultimate animations, and they look sick. Like Mihawk cutting that wave in half is super cool to me, and I don't know what it is about just the fact that my dream is finally becoming a reality with Grand Cross style like foundation, but built on the One Piece franchise, is all I could ever ask for. I'm not particularly thrilled that it's made by Netmarble, but I'm not gonna hate on it either, because honestly it could be worse. I don't know particularly how it could be worse, but I don't know. I know a lot of people like to talk trash about Netmarble, but I haven't had the worst experience with them. They definitely do things that are dumb sometimes, and definitely don't, rub the community the right way. But obviously this isn't anytime soon. It's coming out in China sometime next year. I would love to see them, make a global version of this. The fact that it's being made by Netmarble, from my understanding, at least from what a couple of articles have said, Netmarble has been pretty good about starting to port a lot of their games over for PC releases, like PC clients at least. So that makes me very, I'm looking at it very ambitiously, to where hopefully it'll get a global release sometime shortly after they release it in China, and hopefully it will get a PC port as well, because this is definitely something I've got my eye on. It's not like, if I'm still playing Grand Cross at the time of this coming out, I wouldn't drop Grand Cross to play this, but I would definitely pick this up because I really like the way this game looks. The only other game that has really caught my attention in the past several months to a year or so is the Black Clover game, which is supposed to be coming out sometime this year. So I'll definitely check that out at some point, but I'm not a super huge fan of Black Clover in general. I've not really watched it. I'm planning on watching it, but I don't know a whole lot about the franchise, so I'm not really attached to that franchise or anything like that. But I definitely plan on sort of looking into it a little bit more and watching the show, and I definitely want to play the game when it comes out because it actually looks pretty good. And I love the fact that this is not a 3D open world game like Genshin is, because I'm just not into that kind of play style. So the fact that it's more menu based, very Grand Cross-esque, is right up my alley. So I don't know, just letting you guys know that this is here. I'm very excited for it. Hopefully it turns out good, and hopefully it becomes available on a global release at some point in the nearish future, after it actually releases, in China first. But very much looking forward to this. So let me know what your thoughts and opinions are down below. And I don't know, I don't want to say I'm a huge One Piece fan, but I like the show a lot, and I'm definitely willing to make this my whole life. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one.